Motherfucker. Alright guys, welcome back to Peak Performance. I am Brandon and today we're going to be ripping apart the interior on our SN95 project car because we're going to be putting down some KILMAT Sound Deadening material. I got some 80 mil thick, I think I got their 36 square foot kit, which supposedly should do the doors and most of the bottom of the car. So really what happened with this is I wanted to install the styling bar, you know, the convertible styling bar that goes right along here. And so in doing that, we're gonna have to pull out the rear seats and some of the carpet and some of the side panels anyway. And so I figured, well, while we're already in there, we might as well put down some sound deadening. And then I think I'm also gonna go ahead and take off the door panels and pull out these seats and see if we can't pull up some of the carpet and be able to put some sound deadening material basically on the whole floor and then also into the trunk too, but I may have to actually order another kit. So let's get to it. So I got the KILMAT off Amazon. So again, this is the 36 square foot kit, 80 mil thick. They do have different thicknesses. I tried this one just because I think this was the most popular. It had a ton of different reviews on it. And it was about $70. And you can usually get these things, they ship them overnight. I also had to buy a tool. And I think the little roller tool to be able to apply it was like $7 or $8. So for this next step here, to get the interior out, you can actually take the seatbelt buckle, you know, the end of it there, and there's just two clips that you kind of like, not even clips, two buttons. And so you can just wedge it in below the seat and just pop that clip out, and then boom, the seat pops right out. I mean, it literally takes 2 seconds. Ford made this part very, very easy for us. So that worked out really good. So now that that's removed, we're going to have a chance to, you know, kind of clean up a little bit. You can see in my car I had a whole bunch of kind of mice, you know, some remnants of a bunch of mice that used to live back here. So, you know, just kind of pull that stuff out. And there's also some factory sound deadening material. So we'll want to go ahead and remove that as well. And then we can get started taking out the two bolts that hold in the back of the seat. And so here we can see where the bolt locations are for that. So there's just two bolts, one on the left, one here on the right. And I forget what size they were. I think just like a 10 millimeter. So pretty easy. And then once those two bolts are out, then you can go ahead and actually pop the rest of that seat completely off. Look at this freaking gnarly spider, dude. Look at that guy. I mean, I'm pretty sure he's dead. But look, he was just waiting. He was just waiting there trying to take out my kids, dude. When I pick them up from school in the back seat, he's just gonna come out and just get them. So yeah, take out your rear seats, you know, make sure you ain't got no spiders, kill them, you know, light it on fire and then, you know, put it out if you have to, but good Lord. All right, so according to my instructions, we're gonna need a T50 Torx bit. That's what this bad boy is to get the seatbelt retractor out. Then we can get this out. And then boom, this is our panel that we actually need to modify to cut some holes in later on for that styling bar. So we're not gonna do that right now. We're just gonna move it to the side. We're gonna keep it on with taking out the interior. But I was able to get this off without breaking it. Some of the two little clips though, I still gotta get this clip out. The problem is these clips, the end of this is so flimsy, I couldn't really get it out. It just, literally the panel went over top of it. So, which is fine. So I'll pull that out. I can reuse it. But mine was actually missing, like this clip right here should have went through the bottom of my panel. So someone's already had this thing out at one point in its life, but it wasn't. It was below. So anyway, do that, but at least my panel's not broken. I also got this piece right here. It just literally you just grab it, just yank that bad boy up. Came out good. None of my clips broke, so pretty stoked about that. And then I'm gonna go ahead and eliminate these wires too for that extra CD changer like I was telling you guys, get rid of those. Probably just end up snipping them right there. Get the seats out, get this other side off, and then we should have access. I don't think I'm gonna take out the center console. I think that'll be fine, but as long as I can at least kind of lift the edges of the carpet, just sneak some sound deadening all along the floor, I think that's gonna be cool. I'm happy with that. And then I'm basically gonna drape all this whole back seat, you know, as much as I can back here with the sound deadening. Probably even see if I can get this out of the way and kind of get that all done. And then if I have time, if I'm feeling frisky, I'll pop out the back trunk area. We'll do that too. So, oh, and the doors. All right, so let's keep on rocking. All right, guys, so to run you through the removal of this panel real quick, you don't need any tools except for maybe a trim removal tool. But these two little dudes just pop right out of there. So easy peasy. And then, oh, you do need a screwdriver. So right here, you got this little screwdriver bit. So pop that dude out. Then there's just 2 clips over here. Bada bing, bada boom. And yeah, for some reason, maybe that's how it's supposed to be, but this clip is just going through the carpet on mine and not through my panel, so we don't need to do that. And then you're just gonna actually pop out, same thing, I think I just used my little trim removal, but this cover just pops right out. And then once that pops out, you can slide, well, you can slide this up right now, but you'll get this out of the way. And that's just so once you undo this seatbelt retractor with that T50, you'll be able to remove it through the speaker hole. So that's it. And then you basically just, you know, pull at the bottom. There's a few clips that are going into the side here, but mine just kind of came out real easy on that side. So, you know, this stuff, you want to try to be careful, but sometimes it does require a lot of force to get that initial pull. So don't be scared, you know, hey, if it breaks, you know, either just you're going to put it back in how it is and let it rattle a little bit, or, you know, look for an alternate replacement part on Facebook Marketplace, right? But so far, so good. My 28-year-old SN95, this car's a 94. So far, everything's come out without breaking, so I'm pretty stoked about that. So let's keep rolling. All right, guys, so these front seats, they just take a 15 millimeter, and you can get to the backs with like your impact gun or like a big tall ratchet, no problem. But the fronts, I had to use just a kind of a short stubby wrench. I actually have these things called gear wrench, and so just basically makes it a lot shorter, and you can still pass through like a big stud. So these are kind of nice, but anyway, at least on my seats, there isn't a lot of torque holding these things on, so they're popping right off here. So we'll get the seats out of the way, and then we'll kind of make a decision what else we want to remove. I don't think I want to remove the center console, but you know what? If it's not that many bolts, maybe I'll just pop it out too. That way we'll have even more access to get to the bottom side of the car, and just stick as much of this freaking sound deadening crap as we can everywhere we can. All right, guys, so we finally got the seats out. Now we are just ready. We got just 3 little clips right here, and then I'll be able to roll the carpet up and probably start applying the stuff after we clean all the you know, little mouse droppings, little droppy drops we got. So clean all that up, probably wipe this part down, and then just start peeling up carpet, see what we need to do. I'm hoping I don't have to take off the center console, but if we need to, it's probably just a few more bolts. And got these wires kind of cut. I might actually cut them even farther under the dash, but at least they're out of the way for now. But yeah, we can see his carpets, you know, it's seen better days, right? But it is what it is. Put some new black mats down and it'll look just fine. Pop these 3 clips out wherever they were. 1, 2, 3. But now the edge of the carpet is stuck under these, so I think these are 8 millimeters. So I'm just gonna kind of loosen those real quick, get the carpet out, and then we should have access to start pulling this back, get some access under here, see what we got, and then I got to go downstairs, get my huge ass heavy shop vac, and start getting all this all cleaned up and ready to lay down some mat, baby. Woo woo! So I went ahead and actually took some cleaning wipes and wiped this whole back section down. Kind of cleaned it up again, sucked up all the loose stuff. So this is good to go, and I went inside, watched the video just to see how hard it would be to get out this center console, and it looks pretty simple. All we've got to do is just, pop out that shifter panel, which I've done that before, a million times, super easy. And then there's a screw and a screw, and then you come in here, and there's a couple of screws that hold on basically this felt inner portion. basically underneath here, there's some screws. So then this actually comes out, and then you can get to the actual 2 screws that are facing down there. And once you do that, then you can actually, and then you also have access at that time to either unclip those or just go ahead and pull the whole thing out and then unclip those. So it's pretty simple. It's basically what, 6 bolts and, not even bolts, screws, and a couple connectors, 3 connectors, including the cigarette lighter, and then this thing will be out. So I figure, you know what, let's just do it. That way I think I might be able to even swing this whole carpet out of here. It looks like there's, I think, one more little tab or something holding in this side of the carpet on each side, and then the whole freaking carpet might come out, which will make my life a lot easier to be able to go ahead and clean this really good and then just stick everything down. So let's give it a shot, see if we regret it or not. All right, so the center console came out pretty dang easy. I just had a little bit of extra removal. I had to mess with this, 12 disc CD changer, the remnants of it, but I was able to get all the guts out of it and all that good stuff. So we're just gonna stick this back here for now. And eventually I'll have to get, a new piece that has the original little hollow deal. But anyway, so now I just got to pop out these 2 seat belts, and I think that's, that, and then there's a couple clip somewhere. I can't tell. Yeah, I think that's like a little clip right there. So we got to pop that off for the carpet. I think that's it. And look over here, we found, there's got to be at least $1.45 right there. So, we're almost making money doing this. The last little tiny issue I see, because we almost got this whole dang carpet out of here, is for some freaking reason, they have the carpet actually underneath this piece here, and you can't actually unbolt it. So it's, one metal bracket with a bolt, but then the other 3 positions are riveted. And I really don't feel like drilling those out and riveting them back in. So I think what I'm gonna do is just cut it, just cut the carpet. It'd be cool if I could just cut it in the middle. I don't know if I can really get in there. Anyway, so worst case, we're just gonna cut it here. I think it'll be fine. I think it'll stay in place once the, once center console's all back on and stuff, it'll be fine. So get that cut, and then this janky thing will be out of here. Try to clean that up, and then next we'll have to clean this whole bottom. And then we still got the doors. And then if we're feeling up to it, maybe even the trunk. So let's see how far we get. Carpet out, check. Now we just gotta vacuum all this crap up and probably wipe down a little bit of it. See up here by the pedals, we've got some kind of factory sound deadening. Oh, I don't know if that's coming out. All right, we'll see. So if I can get that stuff out pretty easily, I'll pull it out, put some stuff behind it probably, but if not, no big deal. Now, with this KILMAT stuff or any kind of, Dynomat or sound deadening material, you don't need to to cover the whole dang thing, right? You just need to put, some little patches in areas, and that's going to be good enough. Now, if I end up having enough material, then sure, I might just cover every square inch of this thing. But if you got a race car or something where you care about weight too, less is more, of course, too. But for me, I don't really care. This car's just a big old cruiser. Just want it to be comfy on the expressway, have some good power, all that fun stuff. So, all right, let's quit talking. Let me go ahead and clean this all up, and then we'll get started with the KILMAT. And also, my tool did show up a little bit earlier. So this is the tool. And there's a whole bunch of versions on these on Amazon, but I'll put the link down below for this one. This one had some really good reviews, and it was, I don't know, like $10 or maybe even cheaper, $8 or $9. But anyway, so basically you see how these are kind of perforated, or kind of perforated up. Once you get it stuck down where you want it, then you kind of come back and you make sure you flatten all these so that they're all perfectly flat. And that's how you know supposedly it's securely locked down and all that good stuff. But this KILMAT stuff has tons, like tens of thousands or thousands of reviews. So, and it is so much cheaper than freaking Dynomat. When I first started looking at Dynomat, it's like twice the price or something. So, you know, for this was, like I said, $70, and this will probably do at least all this, I'm hoping, and the doors. And then if I have to buy one more kit to do that, that'll be fine. So yeah, so let's see. So anyway, get to it. All right, so I got the interior completely all kind of wiped down, and this was all really pretty clean, just except for some reason this is kind of where it caught a lot of the dirt, so I'll clean that all up. So we should be good to actually start applying some of the KILMAT, and I got some scissors. They say you can use, razor knife. I'm hoping I can just kind of use some scissors to trim it, and the only thing to really, I guess, as I'm thinking about it, to kind of be careful of as I'm doing it is just to make sure, I don't throw KILMAT over any holes or anything like that. So as I kind of apply it and put it down, I'm just going to kind of be careful to, make sure, keep that in mind. Like, for example, way up in here, there's a hole for a pin for the carpet. So if I do put some stuff there, I just want to make sure, I don't screw that up, right? Or I at least punch the hole. So anyway, yeah, I guess maybe we'll start kind of applying it, see how it goes. And then I do need to get the doors blasted off here too, because I like to get the doors done. I'm hoping this will be one kit, and then I'm probably going to need to order another kit to do the truck. So, but anyway, we'll see. So, yeah, maybe I'll just go ahead and let's get this blasted, kind of see where we land, and then we'll pop these doors off and see what happens with that. All right, let's get some material back here, and we got our little tool. So, I don't know where to start here. So the factory already has, in certain spots on this car, there is some factory sound deadening, but I think I'm still going to put more on top. When I was reading reviews for this stuff on Amazon, some of the guys, for example, who would buy the 50 mil, they would just double that stuff up so that it was effectively 100 mil, because KILMAT does sell 100 mil as well, or other companies do. So they would just do that. They would just get the 50 mil kit because it gave you a lot more square footage, and they would just double it up. So I think it's totally fine to just stick it on top. I mean, on top of this, we're going to have carpet and all that stuff. So I'm just going to start kind of fitting some pieces and kind of mock it up. And, kind of trim it, I guess, if I have to, right? And, from everything I've read, you don't really need to, we don't need this stuff all over every area, right? So, like, probably I could probably just, get away with one piece here and, maybe stick a strip here, stuff like that. So, all right, let's give it a shot, I guess. And this stuff cuts pretty easy, so that's good. You better believe there's a whole lot of laziness. So, I just want to be able to trim it, pop it down, not have to worry too much. So, like this looks good, for example. So I think we'll just start popping her in. Kind of see how it goes here. Yeah, something like that. Let's see. All right, well, it seems pretty easy so far. Just like putting down big old sheets of stickers everywhere, right? 900 to go. So we're making some good progress, although it is a little bit slow, but it's really, really easy to use this stuff. So like I was telling you guys, I'm just cutting it with scissors. And they also said, like, wear gloves because the stuff's sharp, it'll cut you. I haven't noticed that at all. I mean, this stuff is super easy to work with. The backing comes off super easy, so you can just rip that stuff right off, boom, pop it down. So I've kind of got the front driver's side done. I've got to finish doing the back, and then I'm going to move over here to this side. But before I did, I was just kind of playing around with the sound left to right between, done and not done. So I wanted to kind of see if if the camera would pick it up for you guys. So if we check the not done side. So it's definitely way more of a thud sound on the part that's done, you know, versus a little bit higher pitched also on this side. So that's kind of good news. It's working. And yeah, I'm pretty stoked about it. So I would say it's not like a hugely dramatic difference. I mean, Ford probably did a pretty halfway good job, you know, putting down some of the factory sound deadening that's already in there. But I'm hoping, hey, it's going to help a little bit. This is a convertible, so you know, hopefully it just helps makes things sound a little bit better, especially when you're driving with the top up for long cruises. Again, this is going to be a hot rod power tour car, so we're going to do probably a few thousand miles in a week. So, you know, want it to be kind of comfortable and, you know, sound good. And I may end up keeping this car for a long time. Don't quote me on that because I'll probably end up selling it after the power tour. But so far, I'm really, really liking this car. And this is such a good, clean, rust-free example that I might keep it. So anyway, I'm going to go ahead and put it back to, you know, the viewing mode, and let's keep rocking out, see where we can get to. All right, we have the inside completely finished, and we still need to do the doors and, you know, eventually the trunk. But let me show you guys what we got. So interior complete, and yeah, I mean, other than just kind of being slow, especially at first, you can kind of see where on this side I did a lot better job kind of, you know, lining it up, and I even kind of overlapped some stuff where here I was like cutting more pieces. Here I figured out how to make it, you know, more full pieces. And anyway, you know, just like anything, right? You get better at it as you go. So, yeah, this thing is freaking pretty much covered. Yeah, it went together pretty easy. Stuff like drain plugs, you know, and some of the bowl holes and stuff, I left those open or cut them out. And this stuff's really easy. I mean, you can easily, with a pair of scissors, just punch a hole right through and then kind of cut it out or rip it out. So very easy to work with material. Didn't cut my hands, so didn't need gloves. It's not super warm. I would say inside my garage right now, maybe it's like 60 degrees. So, you know, maybe that's actually probably ideal, but, you know, it's not super hot, it's not super cold, and the stuff is super easy to work with. It's really nice because you can take a kind of a full piece and just kind of like push it where it needs to go, and it's all kind of, you know, the shape that it needs to be in, and then you can trim it, and then just, you know, pop the back off, boom, stick it right on. So really, really easy. So now I'm going to go ahead and pop the doors off and update on material. We have 6 and about 1/3 pieces left. So I think that should be perfect. That gives us about 3 pieces for each door, which, you know, I don't think there's a whole lot once you get the door skins off. I don't think there's going to be a whole lot. So that should be perfect. I am going to need to order a whole kit or a half kit or something for the trunk, because the trunk, I think I can just freaking, you know, all there is some carpet and stuff. So I can like really just bury the trunk. So that should be pretty easy. So I'm going to look online, see if I can get maybe half the amount or something. I think this, again, is like 36 square feet, so maybe they sell an 18 or something like that. But otherwise, yeah, pretty cool. So let's see if we can get these doors popped off. So I've never taken off one of these doors before, but I did watch a YouTube video, so hopefully I kind of remember. It looks pretty straightforward. I think first starting out, you had to just pop off this kind of outer trim panel here. Oh, success, boys. Okay. So top piece has a clip, pop that out, and then she kind of comes sideways. What else we got going on here? Oh, and we broke it. Okay. So top clip, swing it out, and then there's just a clip that goes straight up and down, but ours unfortunately cracked, so that sucks. And that's it. There's just really 2 clips. So yeah, straight up on here. I think I tried to go maybe too much of an angle. So that's too bad. We'll see. Maybe once the door gets off, I can, you know, glue that back on or something, but we'll see. So a couple of connectors, and these connectors you actually have to take off with a Phillips head screwdriver. Then those will pop off. And then I think we've just got several little more screws to get off here. Looks like just 2 on this one. I got the 2 screws off of, they were holding this connector on. It comes right off. And you know what? It turns out my freaking window switch doesn't work. So I'm going to have to troubleshoot that. It's kind of funny. I've had this car for like 4 or 5 months, and I never knew this didn't work. But pretty much I drive around with, top down. I haven't put the top up pretty much since I've had the car almost. So I need to get a new switch anyway. So, check yours, make sure your passenger works, all that good stuff. I rolled my window up just because I'm not sure if when I got this off, if I'd have an opportunity to put some KILMAT on the inside of the door panel or something, the actual skin. So anyway, a couple screws. We got to get these 2 screws off. Before we do that, let me go ahead and pop off this grill cover, which supposedly you just pull it, and she's supposed to just come right out. Oh, okay. Look at that. Didn't even break. Mach 460, baby. All right, we'll set that guy there. And then there's 1 screw that's kind of inside this cover here, and it should just be a Phillips too. So 1 Phillips there, 2, 3. We got to get those off, and then there's supposed to be a pin. Yep. So there's just a plastic push pin that's right here on this side of the door, and that is it. So as soon as we get this off, then we basically are supposed to just take the door, lift up, and then pull out, and the whole thing should come off. So it should be pretty simple. So let me grab my screwdriver. Hopefully we don't break nothing else. Jeez. I was looking at prices for those, that pull handle thing, and they're like $35. At least the driver's side one was. My driver's side one I know is already broken, but now we're going to have to see if we can get a newly unbroken passenger side too. So supposedly this just somehow comes out of here. Well, I don't know why I don't want to, though. Come on, buddy. Oh, geez, don't make me. What? Oh, my gosh. Okay. Definitely. Nope. We didn't even break anything. All right. The screw just flew out, so something was freaking holding that. But anyway, it's not broke. We got 1 little connector here. We got to get this guy off somehow. I tell you what, guys, Ford just doesn't really have, at least these older cars, not as good at connectors as like GM. GM connectors are usually cake. Like what is going on here? Okay, there we go. All right. Let me go put my hardware away. Otherwise, I tell you what, I'll never find it. What I figured out over the last 30 years or so of working on cars is you definitely got to keep stuff all together, and label bolts and just put all your crap in one spot. Otherwise, once stuff's everywhere, man, it is just a pain in the ass. All right, so supposedly lift up and then out. Okay. I feel like making some progress here. Guessing there's going to be some kind of connection maybe for the speaker, maybe not. Okay, there we go. That's loose. What about you? What else we got to do? What is this? Okay, we just got this holding us on. Okay. All right. No, I hear you. I'm angry too. Okay. All right, so let's see if we can show you a look here. So basically what you're dealing with, the reason why we lift it up, right? We've just got some kind of finger connection deal. So yeah, all these. So you lift it up, comes right out. So this is actually a pretty, there's my piece of my clip. So I am going to definitely see if I can epoxy this bad boy back on. Because, yeah, I think I can too. Looks like a good break. So anyway, I think this is a pretty solid door design for Ford. So thank you for that, Ford. Pretty easy to get out, except for my clip breaking, which is very devastating. But all right, guys. So now we are left with, we're going to have to try and remove this plastic, which, man, this is just in fantastic shape. It's been living here for almost 30 years, right? So it's going to be kind of sad. But I'm going to try to salvage this, get this bad boy off here. And basically from there, we're just, wherever we can, I'm going to try to put some of the KILMAT. So, all right, I'm going to go ahead and this isn't going to be very interesting. So I'm going to go ahead and let it play, and you guys can watch me and enjoy. All right, so after sitting here thinking like, shit, is this really a good idea? I ended up pulling this off. It came off a lot easier than I thought. And then I was worried because this is this material, it's underneath like the speaker and underneath some of this stuff. So that's fine. I'm going to end up moving it back. So honestly, I'm going to put some pieces. You can probably put some strips there. Yeah, so there's definitely a few spots. But the big thing is, this okay, it's got some rattle, but that outer door skin, that's really where you're getting a lot of that, thud sound and rattling. So if we can, now that I got the window up here, we can put on, maybe 2 pieces, one here, something like that, and then just take the other piece and then use that to kind of piece in probably a strip there and, a couple small pieces. Again, we're not going to put much here, but yeah. All right. So let's try to do that. I think that's a game plan. I did end up using 3 sheets. And what I did was I actually didn't put any of this stuff, on the outside of the door like I was originally thinking. So basically I took the strips, or I took the pieces and cut them in half for the first 2 sheets. And I was able to slide my hand all the way basically back here. So I could get kind of one piece up here, slide it in, push it in, get the other one underneath it, slide it in, push it in. And then I did 2 more here. And then I cut, I don't know if you can see it too well, but this is kind of a section piece that goes up and down here. And then I took one more piece, cut it into thirds on that one, and put a strip here and one more strip going down. So pretty much the whole skin of the door has it. And then on the inside, I was able to kind of get a piece that's right along here. Not a very big piece, size of my hand there, just because that felt like it was kind of an area that needed some. And kind of right here, same thing. Not a very big piece, just kind of a big triangle piece here. So I wanted to kind of keep everything away from, the arm, the movement of that and all that stuff. You can't really get into here. Plus you got the motor attached. So not really, none of this sounds too bad anyway, too high pitched. But the door now, it's got kind of a nice thud. So that's nice. So I'm going to go ahead and do the other side. I won't show you guys that because you've already seen it. And then what we can do is once we put it back together, we can do a little comparison. We can just try to open and close the door a few times, and let's go ahead and see, if we can tell a difference. Hopefully we can, because it's a little bit, just tedious, little pain in the ass stuff. And it's not making the car faster, so it kills me. And no one's going to see it, right? Once we put this crap together, this is like the most selfless act you could do for your car, I think, man. It's just, oh, okay. All right, let's go. All right, so I just got the door panel put back onto here. I'm not going to finish putting just the, I'm not going to totally finish it just yet because I do need to glue on that piece. But anyway, we got that door done. So let's do kind of a comparison now of the stock door. So this door still hasn't been modified. And let's see, kind of make sure there's nothing in the way. Honestly, this thing, freaking stock, sounds pretty awesome. Let's try the other side. Door's definitely heavier. There's like 3 pieces of this stuff in there, so definitely got some more weight to it. I can feel that. Maybe a little, I think a little bit solider though. Oh, dude, you can totally, okay, so on the outer door skin, you can hear that real high pitch. This especially down there. I can feel the vibration. Like once I knock it, I can feel it reverberate back. Yeah, so much more solid, especially down low. You know, it's just got some good kind of thud action. Okay, so cool. I'm pretty happy with that. All in all, this KILMAT stuff, I mean, for 70 bucks, it's a lot of work, but you know, for me, I was already kind of going to be pulling this whole back section anyway to do the styling bar. So I said, you know what, why not just pull the rest of it, and let's, you know, it gives me a chance to kind of clean the carpet and, you know, just kind of see the condition of the car, which this car is just freaking beautiful. I mean, you can see there is no rust anywhere. I didn't even get you guys inside these doors, but holy cow, I've never seen a door. I mean, it looked OEM inside. Just a light coat, a little bit of dust in there, but I mean, it's never seen water, nothing. It's all still the factory coating. Freaking just absolutely beautiful. Got the door all finished. So, boop, driver's door's done. And I actually ordered another 36 square feet of the KILMAT 80 mil, and I'm going to have a freaking ton of it. But what I figured is, you know, there's a few spots in here where I can just kind of slip some stuff on top. And, you know, I think that the extra thickness, it shouldn't matter. So I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to get that tomorrow morning. It's getting delivered like overnight. So we're just going to get all this trunk carpet out of here. And then that way tomorrow morning, boom, we can just, you know, knock this out, get this all KILMATted, throw down a few more pieces. And then freaking finally, that's when we can go ahead and start on the styling bar. So I actually just took a lot of this apart for the taillights, which is in my last video if you want to check that out. But basically there's 4 of these little clips here, these little plastic screw clips. So there's like one here, one right there. You just unscrew those, real simple. And then we've got to get this plastic cover off, and it has 1, 2, 3, 4 little push pins. So just got to get our tool, get our push pin, you know, get these out. This piece comes out, and then this top piece, or this piece, will slide out of here. But then I got to figure out how the heck that comes out, this kind of whole back piece. So there might actually be some more. Oh, okay, look at this. So we got a push pin here. Yep, I think that's all connected, and a push pin on here. So, oh, and in the middle. Okay, so basically, yeah, it should be pretty straightforward. I don't see anything else, but you know how that is, right? We're going to find 4 more freaking things. But I can definitely see some sunlight out there, so be cool to get this all out, get it vacuumed and stuff too, cleaned up, and then just boom, I'm going to cover this whole freaking thing in sound deadening tomorrow. Got it all cleaned out. Well, I shouldn't say that. Got it taken apart. Now I need to come in here and clean it out. Kind of clean this little section, but you can see there's still a whole bunch of stuff, little mice droppings and stuff that are in there. And even back here where I couldn't really see from the other side, this is all kind of loaded up with some nasty. So, you know, we'll suck that up, get a rag, clean it up. Just, you know, cleanliness is, you know, awesome, is what they say. Something like that. It's the next morning, and our buddies at Amazon came through and got us the new box of the KILMAT, and I also got some Gorilla Glue that I'm going to try to fix that broken, you know, plastic door pull handle that I broke yesterday. So anyway, that'll be separate, but let's go ahead and get this baby put into the trunk. All right, we're going to be putting this KILMAT to the test today, boys, because it is freaking cold in my garage. It's probably 50 degrees. I would say maybe it's less in my garage, probably 50 outside. So it's probably like 45 in here. But man, I'll tell you what, these gloves are not to keep my hands clean. They're to keep them warm. So, all right. So I kind of have a light wedged back in here to kind of give me some more light. So I guess I'm just going to kind of start laying some stuff down. Again, we don't have to care so much back here because all the shit's just going to, you know, all those little carpets and crap are just going to pile on top. So I'm basically just going to cover this whole thing and, you know, try to make the least amount of cuts. Try to make it easy on myself. But so let's just start slapping and banging these bad boys. Cool. Now, where's my roller? it is finally done. So KILMAT Sound Deadening project in the SN95 is complete, boys. So you know what I did this time that worked a lot better is I went ahead and just stuck everything down first and then went back with my roller and rolled it at the end. So, you know, I guess the bad part doing it like that is maybe you miss some spots that you rolled down, but it was so much faster to just be able to roll the whole dang thing. Yesterday, when I did the interior, I kind of like would lay a piece, roll it, lay a piece, roll it, and it just took hours. I probably spent it's probably like, well, some of it was disassembly, but you know, at least 2-3 hours out here putting this stuff down. But you know, this was probably an hour or so. Now what happened when I was first done, I had probably like 12 or 13 pieces left, basically half a box left almost, I think, of the KILMAT. So then I went and took some. I knew there were some areas, you know, in here. So I laid a couple more pieces down kind of on each side of the back, and same thing each side, you know, front to back in the front area. So just got some more coverage. I figured, hey, I've got extra material. Why not use it? And I still have like 4 pieces left, 4 or 5. So I don't know. Maybe I'll stick those down. But otherwise, the stuff worked really good. Let me give you boys one final shot. So I got all the interior panels back into the trunk, and I was able to fit the spare back in, no problem. It was a little bit harder to get the nut on because the tire now, you know, sits up probably 160 thousandths or whatever, because there's basically doubled up KILMAT. So, but everything fit, all the panels fit back nice. So now I just got to drop a little carpet piece on top, and this will be all set. All right, guys, so we are taking a little ride in the Mustang here, and I just wanted to give you my impressions on the car with the sound deadening material all put in too, right? I didn't do like necessarily a before and after comparison. I've really only driven the car even with the top up, only a handful, not even a handful, probably twice. This is probably the 3rd time. But what I can just say in general, my feeling on it is it does feel like it's maybe a little bit quieter, or when you do hear noises from the outside, it is like a little bit more muted, or a little bit more of like a dull, like thud sound versus more high-pitched stuff. So I had a chance today to drive, I don't know, probably 50 or 60 miles. And yeah, it just seems totally just nice and comfortable, relaxed, all that good stuff. So I do think, you know, for the small investment, I mean, $70, it really was only about $70 to do the whole inside of the car here. And then, you know, really another half box would have done the trunk. But I ended up, you know, kind of using it all. So I ended up using 2 boxes, $140. I mean, you know, it's not a big investment, right? You think it's the cost of, you know, taking a family of 4 out to dinner, right, nowadays. So not a big cost, but I think it's definitely worthwhile. And it wasn't too hard. I mean, something you can knock out in a weekend. I just did a little bit, you know, a couple hours each day after work, and knocked it out within, I don't know, 3 or 4 days. So definitely a cool, you know, easy weekend project. Have the kids help out, all that good stuff. That never gets old, right? No. So what can we say we learned from this project? Well, for one, if you are buying the KILMAT material, which I do recommend, it seems like it works pretty good. Hopefully it holds up well and doesn't start peeling off. It seems like even if you don't have a super clean surface to adhere to, it still sticks really well. And it's not super sticky, like where if you accidentally stick it on something, you can't pull it off. As you're kind of manipulating it and moving it, you can kind of like pull it up and push it on. It was really easy to work with in that respect. But I saw when I was buying my stuff on Amazon, there was like, you know, a lot of kits that had like 3 different sizes of rollers. I don't think you need that. I just bought this single one, and this worked just fine. So in this kind of rubber material, whatever this is, this was really nice too. It kind of really held in there. I saw some of these are made out of metal. I'd probably stay away from the metal ones and kind of go with this rubber. So this worked really good. So anyway, pretty stoked. Now the whole reason we even did this was so that because I was going to be putting on the convertible styling bar, and I just figured, hey, while we're here, why not do this, right? And then it turned into, you know, let's just do maybe the inside, now do the whole freaking car. So anyway, that's how projects go, right? They always get bigger than you originally thought. So anyway, if you have an SN95, hopefully this helps you guys out. There's lots of videos out there for the 99 to 04 stuff, and you know, not necessarily the 94 to 98, even though it's kind of the same. But what I'm hoping is for you guys with the SN95s, you can kind of get a good look at this and kind of see, you know, where I put the material. I'll go ahead and shoot some pictures here right after the end of the video here. Like, share, subscribe. all that good stuff. And we'll have a new video soon with the styling bar. I'm going to work on that one next. So take care, guys.